I'm gonna get straight to the point. So, Clickbot Guardian Defend, I don't even know what it's called, but does it really matter? That's not what we're talking about, kind of. I'm sorry, but I mean, this is a good show. I mean, this clip is improvement, but anyway, off the grid. So, as you all know, the ending of this show showed us a clip to the new off the grid thing, which was leaked kind of in the Sticktuber animators chat. But anyway, yeah, pretty exciting, pretty cool, pretty gaming. Um, so I know that some people have already made videos on this, and some people have made their reaction to it.
Coming soon. Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro! I'm sorry. Dude! Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go over here and scream at the top of my lungs in excitement. There is no way!
But I want to, I guess, go in depth on some stuff that they may have not gone on too in depth in, or something. I don't know. I just want to share my points. So anyway, let's get into the video before I start rambling for 2 hours. People like that channel with everything point out that the buildings were too fixed up for off the grid. Uh, Now I do see their point, and what they were saying was that it's mainly, you could argue the point that it's because this takes place after they're trying to rebuild the city, but it might still be a bit of a stretch. Some people have been talking about the ambience, which I completely agree with. The lighting in Off the Grid, it was known for the lighting in some ways. It gave this very cool, ominous feel, and shots like this are actually pretty good, especially compared to their more recent stuff. Along with the faster FPS, it's gonna be it won't feel the same, I guess, but it's still gonna be exciting to see this. Anyway, as we can see, I know this shot is zooming in, but if you really look at this trailer or teaser or whatever you want to call it, a lot of the shots are way more zoomed in than they would probably normally be in the original Off the Grid. And you could say this for a bunch of different things. I think that this is also how FizzBuzz slash new stikbot stuff, this is just how they generally animate. But I think you could also attribute it to the fact that their setup is completely different. Here's a picture from around 2018 of their setup. I'm sure it's different by now, but this is just a general idea of what it may look like. If you could hear that motorcycle in the background, it sounded more like a dirt bike. But anyway, yeah, this is what it used to look like. And you can see, I don't want to say restricting, but it kind of is in a way. I guess you kind of have to work around it, if that makes sense. Now, Moonshine's setup is kind of, it's very different when he was shooting the original show and the current videos he makes now. The best way I can describe the size is kind of like a large RV almost, in width and length. So, this is, now, it'd be one thing if it was just like this, but he has lots of space, and what he did was he put his large desk in the middle, so that way he's able to shoot at every possible angle of the desk, if that makes sense. And this, with their general animation style, which isn't bad, just kind of, I guess, combined to show at least my, like, theory on why the show looks the way it does. Now I'm going to go into more of my nitpicky points. As we know, his glasses are different or whatever, that's fine. I like the original ones, but I guess in some ways these kind of fit his eyes better, but I think I'm more used to the original, so that's why I might prefer it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the original show, wasn't like a big benefit of, was it like the grid tech arc blaster or whatever Stryker used as his weapon, was that it didn't have ammo? So it's kind of funny to see that he switched to like what appears to be shotgun, or those could be grenades actually. Those are probably grenades. I'm gonna say that they're grenades. In that case, then that kind of makes sense why there are four of them. But if they are ammunition, why are there only four of them? But I'm gonna assume they're grenades. But yeah, they look pretty good. They're also 3D printed, and if we look at it, they don't appear to be resin printed, so they look pretty good for not being resin printed. But anyway, yeah, that was just kind of my critique. That channel with everything made a video where he went more in depth in it, which I would recommend watching, but these were kind of just some basic points I wanted to bring up. I'm very excited to see what this show does, but I think we have to remember this isn't gonna be off the grid, kind of. I mean, it's off the grid, it's a sequel to Off the Grid, but we're gonna have to keep our expectations low, and I think in that regard it might be pretty good. I'm excited for this show though. It looks really good and definitely looks like, from what we can see now, one of their better shows. So let's hope it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next one. Off the Grid Nightmare just dropped or something. Yeah, see you next one. Bye.